Merry Christmas to everyone who is celebrating. I'm going to be using a few of those bolder colors paints from their advent calendar. I've splattered some of that gold from day 17, and now we've got a few new colors to me. Angel's Trumpet, and then I'm thinking Moonflower will be the centers, along with some of that gold. So splatter florals are one of my favorites when I don't know what I want to paint. So here we go. Some more Angel's Trumpet in here. A little bit more down here. And one more. Okay. I'm going to go in with that green made from lavender. Another one of my favorites from the collection. Add some stems and leaves and then go in with that yellow. Now I'm using my petals brush. Some of these are still wet, so I'll get some nice color bleeds. Just try and imagine where that stem would lead. And we've got this one. And finally this one. Time for some fun leaves with this brush. I love how that picked up some of the gold. I don't know if you can see it very well. Okay, so these stems are a little on the thick side, which is fine by me. So that just means they're going to have really long, thick leaves to balance that out. Very much like a tulip set of leaves. Maybe I'll give this one a little more of a curve. Okay, I'm liking it. All right, so a little bit more that I could do with that yellow. just grabbing a round 4. And we'll pick up some moonflower. Just a few dots there. Give that a little yellow right there. This bled nicely into that green color, and this one didn't. It was already drying up, so I'm going to try and add a little bit of green and just make that blend a little bit easier. Maybe it looks a little bit more intentional now. I don't know. What do we think? Did I save that? Or it looked better before? I think I made a nice little compromise on that one. Could use a little bit more gold, because now it just looks like there's gold splatter right here. I want some more up there. Even though you can see it traveled with that orange from Angel's Trumpet in there. So I'm going to splatter a little bit more. I'm going to use my round 4 so it's tiny little bits of splatter. This paint right here was made from onion skins. Okay, I had to stand up for that one. I wanted to really direct the splatter. All right, what do we think about that one? I would like to do this again, but with different colors. I think I want this with pink, because I got 2 really beautiful colors with this calendar. Oh, Olivia Palacios. Awesome to see you here. And you also love to paint. It's funny. My account over on Instagram is also Palacios Paints. We should paint together sometime. That's funny. So here is that pink that I was talking about, dragon fruit. If you've seen my other paintings recently, I've used this one. I think I'm going to do the same style of painting with dragon fruit and gold, and we can compare. So let me grab another piece of paper. I'll once again start by splattering the gold. So here's my fun gold. Really attempting to extract this little stone from here. Okay. Moving my other paints. It's a little bit more water. Okay. We've got some gold, and now I'm going to add this dragon fruit pink in places to form some florals. So let me look at this and see what we've got. I see one from here. And then one here. Okay, one here. Let me close this one up. Here we go. Now it looks more complete to me, at least. And then something over here. There we go. All right, so these are the florals that I saw. And now that I'm looking at it, I want to add a little petal right there. Okay. Now I feel ready to move on. Back to my green. I know that it looks funny labeled lavender and it's actually green. It's because this paint was made from the plant lavender. And no, it doesn't smell like lavender either. I wish it did though. Okay. Let's add stems. This one I'll try and be more delicate. Not that delicate. This one looks like a falling over situation. Okay, this feels much more my style, even though this is essentially what the other painting was. Just very relaxed and delicate. Okay. Again, some greenery. I actually can see in the pink petals the sparkle of the gold, and it's just so pretty. Okay. I'm loving that. And for this one, I think I want to add more gold to the centers of these flowers. I can see in some places the centers, like right here, are still wet, so I should get a pretty bleed. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for the roses. Would you like me to paint some roses? This color really does look like it was made to paint roses. All right, just like the other one, let me do a little splatter. Perfect. I will paint a couple of roses next. Okay. Let me compare the orange and the pink. The gingerbread man nails, yeah, they've got to go. Tomorrow I'm going to get ready for New Year's nails, or just more winter designs, but thank you. Okay, I do love this very warm combination. The delicate blooms in the pink a little bit better. But let me put them to the side because it's rose time. Okay, I'll do a little cluster of roses. I think we need an orange rose, that dragon fruit, and let's see, maybe this grape color. I think they would look good together. So let me gather my paints, maybe with some gold leaves. Okay. All right. For my rose, I want to do this on a slightly small scale, so I'm going to use my round 4 for it. D. June, I'm so glad you think so. It's my therapy for sure. Okay, let me do this pink, and then I'll let it bleed into the orange one. I think that's where I'm going to go with this. Here we go. I always start off my roses in the same way. Let me just check. I think this side of my paper has slightly more texture. Okay, I feel a difference. So I've got very, very light pressure, and I'm making soft, incomplete little C's around my little center. And then after a little bit of this, I'm going to dip my brush into water, kind of tap it to the side of the glass so it's not dripping, and then make more thick, deliberate strokes around, wiggling a little bit. Again, I've got a couple layers of that. Knock off more color in the water jar next to me. Kind of blend out that last layer, taking off even more color. Okay, this looks pretty good for my first rose. Now, this paper is not 100% cotton. It's not the nicest paper, so it's going to dry up on me pretty fast. So let me try and get my orange one done a little bit faster. It's already mostly dry, so that's okay. This one's a little bit thicker already than the other one. You can see a similar shape there. I've got a few more strokes on that bottom left side because I want it to face this direction. So I'm not going to put as many petals on the other side. That way it kind of looks like it's pointing up. I wish these colors would blend nicely, but looks like it's not in the cards for this one. And that's okay. All right, I think I'm about done with that rose. And I wanted that deep berry wine color. I'm going to try and do the same thing. Another little rose with my round 4. Now that one is still got some water there. So I think I'm going to try and have it face this way. I think I should get more paint on this one, a little bit more saturated. There we go. Let's get a little manufactured bleed in there. Okay. I didn't know if those colors would end up working well together. I knew the pink and the orange would look pretty. This might be just a tiny bit too dark. Okay, now it's time for some leaves. Thank you, Yari. I've been painting roses for a couple years now, so it's one of my most practiced flower. I feel very comfortable painting a lot of them quickly. Thank you, Kelly. Which color is your favorite out of them? I love the fading petals of the orange one. The pink color is just so gorgeous. And it's still got some water left in there, so let's bleed a little leaf into that. There and there. Yeah, that pink is really, really pretty. If you've ever had dragon fruit, that one really lives up to that color. Okay, so this is becoming a little cluster here. Maybe I'll put in some stems and then do some type of bow to tie it together, because I've still got a lot of page left in there. Yes, I think I'm going to end up putting some stems and elongating this. Thank you, Yvonne. Oops, I keep knocking into my camera stand here. So let's tie these together. It's screaming moist. It is good to see you again. Okay. Get a little... Oh my gosh, my corgi. Yes. Thank you. It delights me to no end to see that. And a rose. Thank you, thank you. Okay. A couple more leaves, maybe one up higher. Is there anything that you'd like to see me paint? Screaming Moist. This one is going to get a bow. Might as well be green, or gold. I just saw the night sky. Oh, I'd have to break out my other paints, but I could do that. You enjoy my content. I learn a lot watching how you make your brushstrokes. That's how I learned. I watched other artists do theirs, and I tried to mimic it, and it helped me so much that then I could do it myself. So I hope you do more of that. Go find some more artists. Go practice painting. Yeah, I think that's cute. I can do the night sky. Let's do that. I see paper that I've got cut. Yeah, let's do that. Merry Christmas, hopeful optimist. Okay, so for this one, I want some color. I'm gonna move these over. These are not quite the colors I'm gonna look for this. They're gonna come from probably Aloha watercolors, so let me grab this. Erin, Merry Christmas. Painted a lot already today. Oh, having an awesome day. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this color is Moon Forest from Aloha Watercolors. And I'm going to take the dog hair off my brush first. Moving that. Do some swishes. This is just wet on dry, pretty saturated color. Taking a tiny bit of that color off, drying this down a bit. I want to go a little quicker now because this color will stain. Oh, I know this color is so cool. I saw Jess there. Hi, Jess. Oof. Once again, knocking into my camera. Sorry about that. Okay. And back into that color. Moon Forest. Just to kind of brush it along the top. Okay. All right. And that was one of my brushes falling to the floor. That's okay. I've got Snowflake Sparkle. This is a color from Mrs. Hand Painted. And there we go, little splatter. And that's gonna dry up like little jewels in the night sky. Okay. Autumn, I'm so far painting a night sky. I've painted a few floral pieces today already. This was one. And this is the second. Then we painted some roses. And night sky was a request, and I haven't done a landscape in a really long time. So here we go. Some more. I see this beautiful green that I'm going to add to Moon Forest. I'm getting a mix of them. It's a beautiful color. Same collection from Aloha Watercolors. So naturally they go well together, and this whole set was granulating colors. Thank you, Autumn. Have you followed me long, or is this your first time on a live by me? Okay, I think I can see my line of where the paint is dry. So let me go in. Okay. It's a very wet brush, so let me tap it on my paper towels so we can. I do want a little bleed. There we go. Donna, your first time, so relaxing. So glad to hear that. I have painted so many trees in the last couple of weeks. I think it was something like 15, 16 for my students. Made sure that everybody got a little card from me. The brush for this one is a round 4. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more of that saturated color towards the center. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to do a few more. And then a tiny bit of this color so it looks like snow maybe. And then this one's going to be done. I haven't done something like this in a really long time. Okay, let's do another kind of tall one here. Again, let me tap some extra out on my paper towel. I don't normally paint trees, so this is a little bit outside my comfort zone. And I also normally don't paint them like this in this method. Just going with what feels right. Still looks tree-like to me. And thank you, Donnie. They were really appreciative. They were very thankful. Didn't think that I painted them, even though they know I have this account and that I paint after work. I actually like this tree. And I love how that sky is drying. They're high school students, for the most part juniors, some sophomores. D. June, it's funny because I have a picture of a night sky like that on my phone from last summer. Where did you take the picture? That's really cool. Let's do one that looks like it's farther back. I don't want to do too many trees. I really like that sky. I'm basically using the dab method here to make these leaves. Not really using the belly of the brush at all. This is just the tip of the brush. Precious time. I wish I was still there at 55 years old. That's the best time to learn, right? It's hard to learn when you're a teenager sometimes. Got so many other things to distract you. You were camping in the mountains, so it was all pine trees and the starry night. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I like the little glittering edition of that silver sparkle. And the way the moon forest dried, it looks like, not quite the northern lights if I had a different color in there, but very soft, very calm sky. Okay. Now for the part that I am a little afraid to do. I wanted to add some swooshes. Gotta add at least some shadow to these, you know? Okay. I'm going to, let's see, water that way down on my palette. And dry my brush a tiny bit. Okay. Okay. And then try not to hit the camera. You can always maybe... Ooh, okay, I really hit the camera. I'm so sorry. Focus totally on my painting itself and not what my hands are doing. Also me trying to save this. Okay. Okay. Just a tiny bit of color really will do enough for me. I really should paint landscapes more often. I just usually think I don't have the time for it because I think of landscapes as having many, many layers to it. But this is kind of just one layer. Oh, and there's Xena. I'm glad I picked up my brush that fell on the floor. And thank you, June. Okay. Well, that was like a marathon paint session for me. I think that's about it. I have one more family phone call to do. Talked with almost everybody. Now it's the after dinner phone call, and then it's just the immediate family for the rest of the night. So I hope wherever you are, you're nice and cozy. You are with friends or family and enjoying each other. Merry Christmas, Pamela. Thank you, thank you. Hope you have a wonderful night. Screaming Moist. I'm so glad we got to chat, and I saw so many familiar faces, or names at least. Enjoy your nights. Goodbye, everyone.